Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. God, why did I remember Critical Role? But anyway, it has been a while. I didn't post last week. I had a tough moment. If you guys don't know, I am opening my shop this week, and it was a really tough moment for me. I could possibly say mentally, but I'll get into that later on. But right now, I am literally building this cute little farmhouse. Well, it wasn't actually going to be a farmhouse, it was actually going to start out being a cute little normal, really cutesy starter home. And I had everything planned. I had been messing with the debug and live edit menu to see like what I could add to help out make it like less expensive and everything. And I ended up turning it into a farm. Why? Because as I said like the last time, I bought seasons and I love seasons so much, especially the fact that like you can have like a bee farm and everything. So what I decided to do, and technically the story that came into my head while I was building this, was the person that lives here is a mom, a widower, and her daughter, and she bought this house, and she wants to like live off the land. Technically, she wants to build her fortune out of, well, planting and mostly making arrangement with flowers. So that's technically kind of the traits I gave her because of the storyline that I had on. And even though she's doing that, her kid is very smart. She's very bright. She gets like excellent grades in her school and everything. And she literally has this amazing space and awesome traits to literally just go out and live her best life and create the best life also for her and her kid. So technically this is what I ended up doing. I just ended up moving the house towards like the left corner, and on the right side I built this little bee farm, which I don't know what's wrong with my bees, but most of them are enraged. I was playing a lot yesterday with this family, and the bees were so enraged. I think I only had like 3 bee boxes that were calm, and the rest were either irritated or enraged. So it is kind of complicated to get the bees to literally become friends with you, but I don't know if it's that hard. But I have been seeing that a lot of people have complained that like the bees were always enraged, so I really hope that we get a fix on that. But besides that, I really enjoyed building this house. It was very cozy. I think it was like one of the coziest ones that I did, and I really enjoyed the colors that I placed. Right now I'm kind of setting down the lay of the land here for the house and everything, but I ended up changing like the colors of a couple of the furnitures later on. I don't really use any of the furniture that you're seeing right here. I think only one of the couches, it's not going to be this couch, it's going to be another one, and I ended up changing it to add like everything with very fall colors. I don't know why, I just love this little texture inside the home with these dark wooden, very like orangey tones, and I was like, this is so good. I really wanted to add this to the color of the inside of the house as well. So a lot of the furniture, like from the mother's room, and also, well, not the kitchen. I took it down a notch, but mostly like the living room, I do end up leaving it with like this really nice warm tone and everything. So I really liked it, and I actually really had a lot of fun with it. I ended up like putting this fridge back. I took it out, but then I put it back again. I don't know. It's mostly because when I was doing this, as I said, I wanted it to be a starter home. I was making sure that everything was perfect and that the house was literally, a starter. It wouldn't be too expensive. But then afterwards, when I just started building, and then I was like, oh, I want to build a farm. And then I started building a farm, and then afterwards, I built like this little. It wouldn't be a barn, but it was kind of just like it was gonna be like a garage, but I decided not to turn it into a garage. But I could possibly imagine it like before it was, and then like she just changed it into like a laundry room and a place where she could just sit and like read and everything, especially because the house itself is very small and you can add a lot of things. Plus, now that I've been playing, I've actually added a cat to like the family that is playing here. Though when I built this house, there was like no pets or anything, because I didn't really think about like pets and everything, because I thought it was like really small to have a pet, especially because she already had a kid. And then I was like, you know what, since I'm playing it now to make sure that everything is perfect, so in my game she does have a pet. But besides that, I had a lot of fun building this house. I do end up putting the bathroom at the bottom because I was going to only have one sim when I created this build. There was only going to be like one sim living here, and then it just like just build your way up kind of thing, like mostly like rag turrets kind of stuff. But I kind of decided not to do that. I started building the bathroom like upstairs, and then I took the bathroom and I put it downstairs after I built like the kids room, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. Okay, I'm keeping this, but I'm changing it. I'm putting it upstairs and everything. So the kids room got swapped around because I didn't really see the logic of having the kids room downstairs. I think I was just playing around to see if I was gonna like it, or if I was going to add like an extra adult to the family, or maybe or not, and just have like this crazy moment. But besides that, I did really make like a whole bunch of fall things inside the house. Like I loved adding all of these little pumpkins on top of the chimney. It was just so cool. Well, actually, not the chimney. I'm sorry, it's the fireplace. I did add those little. Oh, you guys saw the pumpkins on top of the fireplace. I thought it was so cute. I also do not change the wallpaper for the kids' bedroom. I actually kept the wallpaper at the exact one that I placed here because I thought it was really nice, and I actually liked the wall decoration. So I ended up changing that. But I think the only room in the house that's not like fall decorated is the child's bedroom. Besides that, like the mom's room is very fall decorated. Like every aspect of the house has like the literal orange tone, and like the white walls and the orange tones, and I really enjoyed that. I actually thought it was so good to just like sit here and then just look at it. I also, after I placed the house on the other side, I also like stretch the house a little bit to the back, because I wanted to make the kids' room a bit bigger, because I wanted to add in a couple of toys and everything. So that's technically what I did. Right now I'm kind of starting to build the outside. By this point, I already knew that this house was not going to be a starter home, and I was already telling myself, oh my god, it was supposed to be a starter home. What did you do? Because I started having so many ideas of where I wanted to place the plants, where I wanted to put the bee box. I do kind of put the bee box. I kind of do manage to like make where I was gonna put the bee farm. I made it smaller, and the just the farm itself, where we should be planting like vegetables and all of flowers technically, because she does have a little arranging table as well, which I do end up changing to the little garage, not garage, that I made later on. And I do end up adding it there because I don't know, I just thought it was a bit weird, but I don't think I have it. I don't think I saved it. to think about it right now, I don't actually think I saved it to the lot when I saved the lot, but it was supposed to be in there. I'm sorry. And technically here I'm just going around. I mostly used a lot of the debug and the live edit, like the plants. I end up changing all of these hedges that I used from a better one that I found because the colors were like very vibrant, they were very alive, and I really enjoyed it. So I do end up changing that. But besides that, it was just like really fun. I was going to add a pool, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would be nice to have a pool, especially because summer in this game is like really hot. So I was gonna add a pool, I didn't. Then I was like, you know what, the pool doesn't really, it wouldn't go well. And I know that they have like these little kiddie pools, so I was like, oh, I could just add like a little kiddie pool for the kid. And here I'm just doing the landscaping. This time I did the landscaping after I built the entire house, which was actually fun because I kind of got to decorate it with the style that I wanted it, and I was testing out a couple of things. I do move these, like the plants that I'm going to be placing now in front of the house. I do move it to the other side, like next to the little, I'm gonna keep saying garage, not garage. And I do move it to like that, like to the other, like to the right side, because I actually got one of the cars from the debug, which I just find it so sad because we have cars but we can't use them. You know, I started playing this game on, like, literally actually playing this game on The Sims 2. It's like my favorite game of all times, and I really miss getting in my car. Or I think my sim had like a Porsche. My sim always had a Porsche. Saved all the money to buy the Porsche and just driving off to go to any lot. And both my sims always had cars, and and here it's kind of just like a decorative item-ish thing. Yeah. So technically I did do these bunk beds, and I put a desk underneath it because I thought it was really nice because it actually did save a lot of space for the fact that, you know, like the kid could just do her homework and have a little bit of fun and writing, and it was actually good. Though when I was playtesting everything to see if the house is functional, and the house is 100% functional, I did change. I think the only thing I did change was the bathroom layout from the top part. I actually end up putting the toilet exactly where it is. I normally don't because I really get annoyed when you open the bathroom door and then like you're just sitting there, you know, like you're on the loo, guys. I don't like people just walking in and seeing. But I did change that. I think that was the only thing I changed in the house. I put the toilet back to its original place where I did it before. And honestly, besides that, I really enjoyed this build. I really loved every aspect of it. It was actually the funnest build I did. I think I built this thing like in a day. That's how I think. Yeah, I did it. I actually did all of this in a day. That's how extremely happy I was. And the reason I actually started building this because I had a really tough week, and when I thought things were literally gonna get better, it kind of had like a turn. And oh my god, this like last week was so complicated. It was very hectic because like I said in the beginning, I'm opening my shop this week, and it was just a nightmare for me. I think that the smartest thing I did was just turn everything off and go to sleep after all of my headache. I will be posting a vlog to tell you guys exactly what happened, and it will be coming out on Friday. So after I finish editing this video, I'm gonna edit the vlog, so you guys are gonna know why I didn't post last week and understand like the reason I was the way I was. But besides that, I did kind of figure out, yeah, I'm gonna say kind of, but I did figure out how to do the problem and everything that was going on. But besides that, I sat down not wanting to think about the problems I was having with my shop and everything, like just getting it done, because I wanted to do my shop launch like this week, and things were starting to, it wasn't turning for the best. So I just sat down, I ranted with my friends, and then I just turned everything off. I went to sleep, and then on the next day I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go play The Sims. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna mess with the site. I'm just going to sit down and play The Sims. I have been messing with this for like 2 days, and I'm just getting angry. So after I literally did that, I practically figured out a way to not completely go insane. Yeah, I just took like the time off, and I just started playing The Sims, and I started building this. I was like, no, I'm gonna go build a starter home, and then I started building this, and it turned out into this entirely huge farm, which I really enjoy. I just really love this farm. The bees are kind of annoying me because they're always enraged. I don't know why these bees are always enraged, but anyway, here I'm building the little garage slash, well, it's not a garage anymore, it's just a little space for her to do her laundry and a little space for her to sit down and read. Everything here is functional. I did put another hamper because they dirty their clothes so much, and I did put another hamper in the back. I don't really use any of these bookshelves. Neither do I use this couch. I actually use this one. I love using these side couches. I am in love with these side couches. I think they're so good. They're so pretty. I just love everything about them. And I also am a sucker for this carpet. I really love using this carpet. I just realized for the first time I did not place curtains in the build. My entire house does not have curtains because I kind of find it weird that I didn't really decide to put curtains on this build. I think I was just satisfied with how everything looked, and just like the openness of everything. And though it now that I think about it, it's still kind of, I'm feel bothered, but I think I just didn't care at the time that I was building this, for the simple fact that, you know, I just wanted to have some peace and tranquility, and that's technically what I did. And I also found out that you have to, if you have 2 doors in the front, you actually have to assign which door is going to be the front door. Because when I started playtesting it and ended up actually playing with the entire house, all the neighbors would actually go to literally go to the little garage that I built. And not the actual front door. And then I actually had to click on the door and assign that one as being the front door, and then all of them started going to the front door of the house. But beside that, I actually really loved this build. It was actually really fun. I really liked adding like these little swing, like the swing, and I forgot the name of the other one. It's a monkey bar, right? The kid plays on it all the time. I'm gonna be really sad after she becomes a teenager. I'm actually already planning on like practically getting her mom married, or maybe having like a science baby, so I can always have like kids playing with this, because it's just so so cute. Like literally adorable. I just find it so good. I just loved I just loved this entire build. It was, I think it's because I was in a bit of a very icky state, and just having a little time to do something like this was just literally what I needed, and I loved it so much. But here you guys can see I should have just kept doing what I was doing. I placed these bigger pot plants, but I never actually used them. I just plant everything on the ground. I kind of think it's better, especially because it's like a farm. And I do place Patchy. I haven't finished my friendship with Patchy yet, so he can actually just do all the actual work for me in the garden. I do know he does like use your things, and he also, if I'm not mistaken, he eats your food as well, right? And so I'm aware of that, but I did decide just to redo what I was planning in the beginning. I know I did a lot of work about that, but you know, I was in a really weird moment, so I just went with it. And in the end, it still turned out to be really pretty. I loved the way this house turned out. I am simply playing in it. That's how much I liked it. When I really like a build, I just start playing with it like crazy. So I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about this build and just seeing how fun it is. And I will see you guys next week for more videos. You guys will be staying with the screenshots of this amazing house. Have a great day, guys. Catch you guys on Friday for my vlog. Bye, guys.